So most of the time I have the place to myself, which is pretty sweet, but unfortunately Steve is aware of this too. He tried coming over to talk to me a few times when I was home alone, but I locked the door and threatened to call the police if he didn't leave. He hasn't bothered me since. After taking into account people's advice, I told my friends about what happened. I had to at some point, as they were eventually going to realize I was living with my aunt and I wanted them to be able to come over too. Sadly, this is where things got even more effed up. Once my friends knew what had happened, some of them came forward to me, and it turns out a few of them had had run-ins with Steve. For some of them he had just made creepy comments and remarks that they'd brushed off at the time. Another had actually gotten messages from him on Facebook, telling her how good she'd looked the last time she'd come over, complimenting her new pictures and making it clear that she turned him on, even offering to show proof. The worst was with my best friend, Lucy. She didn't go into too much detail about it, but I could tell it was hard for her to talk about. Nearly a year ago, probably the last time she had stayed over at my house, she had run into him when getting some water at night. He'd said something about how a girl her age shouldn't be wearing such revealing pajamas, blocking her from leaving the kitchen, and just kind of kept telling her how good she looked, that she must